Hey, Kingdom family, how we doing today? I hope everybody is doing amazing. Today for our love series, we'll be speaking about love sometimes requires letting go. Elsa that shit expeditiously too. Just let it go. Let it go. The scripture we'll be reading today is coming out of Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, "To everything there is a season." Kings and queens. All right. Now you've heard that before. But some of you people do not like to let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. It didn't work out. You had a great time. You had a great experience. You learned a lot. But let that shit go. It is very pathetic for adults, all right, to not be able to let things go. It kind of reminds me of when you are trying to take a pacifier from a kid that sucked pacifiers and relies on pacifiers, okay? Everybody that's had this type of kid knows that it's a battle, all right? But at some point as an adult, you look utterly ridiculous. If the relationship, friendship, whatever ship it was, has ran its course, you should be more than willing to let it go. Instead of you thinking about all the things that you shared with this person, whether good or bad, and the lessons behind it, you want to hold on to the stuff that's not worth holding on to, okay? If it didn't work, it didn't work. What you need to actually do is you need to look at, is there something that I did personally to make it not work out for me? Or is it something that they did, or was it just not a match, a vibrational match? Another truth about love is that sometimes love requires this release, okay? And so when you are a mature adult, you understand that. Not every relationship that you've ever been in is meant to last forever. You know, there's growth spurts that you go through in relationships. And we don't have a blueprint as to how to be in a relationship. So you have to actually be in relationships with people to see if it's actually a good fit or not. Some relationships enter our lives to teach us lessons. Some of them enter our lives to reveal the truth about ourselves. And some of them enter our lives to help us grow into the next version of who we are becoming. Okay, kings and queens. And so that's why you look ridiculous and toddler-like when you're trying to hold on to something and it's not what your portion is for your future, okay? A lot of these seasons change in relationships. Sometimes they change for the better, sometimes they change for the worse. Letting go does not mean that your love is going to disappear from the person. Letting go just means I can't be here anymore because this is not a good fit for me, okay? When you're able to come to that realization, then you'll be able to actually accept all of the things that you've ever been through in that relationship, and you need to move on with your life. Sometimes it means the purpose of the relationship has been completed. In my personal situation, I was married for almost 10 years to a person, but I wasn't meant to actually be with them forever. I was actually meant to learn lessons behind that relationship, okay? And any other previous relationship I had been in. Now that I'm single, I'm able to see the big picture as to why that relationship would never have worked for me. And I'm also able to see the lessons that I was supposed to learn from those relationships. Okay, kings and queens, and I can accept it because I'm mature that it was not a good fit. It wasn't even in alignment with what my belief system was. It wasn't in alignment with the mature person that I am today. It might have been a relationship that fit for the person that I was before, but I'm not that person anymore. So it would never be a good fit for who I am today. All right. I also learned the growth portion of that relationship and where I could never be where I am today had I stayed. All right. Holding on to what God is asking you to release can create unnecessary suffering. In my previous relationship, I suffered because I was told by God a long time before I left that I needed to leave, okay? It was clear, it was concise, it was evident, all right, kings and queens? A lot of you guys are in relationships where God is telling you to let it go. It is clear, it is concise, it is evident that you need to let that shit go, all right? Love is not about holding on. Love is about being in total alignment with what God has for you, okay? Sometimes you have to trust God in love enough to let go of things, because what you're not understanding on the other side of the letting go is there's something that's way better that you're not expecting to actually be a part of. There's something way better that God has for you, and because you cannot let go of a past situation with a past person that is out of season, then you're not able to see what God actually has that's in better alignment with you, okay? Kings and queens, stop being afraid and fearful of letting go of people because you don't know what's on the other side of your greatness, okay? Let's start actually looking at it from a perspective of what if what God has for me is going to be way better than what I'm currently dealing with? What if I can actually be happy for once? What if I am meant to have more? Okay, that's how I need you guys to look at that from that perspective, instead of thinking that the current situations that you are in is just all that you're supposed to receive. That's all in your portion. That's not realistic, okay? Don't keep yourself stagnant in a toxic and a situation that is not growing at all. You're literally repeating cycles over and over and over again. Do not keep keeping yourself in that situation for the sake of being afraid of what's on the other side of what God has for you. Okay, Kings and Queens, I love you so much. I'll talk to you soon.